Okay, so we are recording. Melissa started to go through announcements, and so Melissa's going to host today. Melissa's a one-star diamond on our team. She's talking about leaning into your business even during the hard times, which I think is such a good message for so many of us. She started to do this. I'm going to go breeze through this because we're all tired with daylight savings time. And I want to let Melissa talk, and we all know that she can talk. So let's get through this so she can do her thing. November, Hannah already has 10 Success Club points, 4 of those being coaches that she recruited. She is working her butt off and has just been absolutely killing it. So way to go, Hannah. On the board, Michael has 2, yay. Jen Chadwick, Kimberly, Mary Beth, which is one of Hannah's new coaches. So many of these names I don't know yet. Melissa has 2, Danielle Mullen has 2, she recruited a coach, and Elizabeth Keys has 2. I am not going to go through all of these because there are so many names on this, but I'm going to point out recruiters, and I did tag people in the team page. I just posted this in the team page. So Carolyn, Danielle, Elizabeth, Emmy, Kimberly, Natalie, Robert, and Sarah, all with 1 coach recruited already on the 7th. And Hannah, like I said, has 4. Madeline has 2. Some of these coaches are like, Carolyn is like my sister coach, and she's under them. And so some of them, I don't know if they're her coaches or just new coaches that our team is recruiting. Either way, it's awesome to see so many names. And then just some quick announcements. Bar Blend Launch Kit is available in the Coach Online office. I tried this. Do not think that this is going to be some like, I was just talking to Jess about this the other day. It's not some like girly, like, this is easy. We literally thought we were going to die. Like, it was so hard.
I was like, well, it's like an active recovery day, right? Like, no, I was like, oh, my back is on fire. Like,
yeah, she's going to kick your butt. No Excuse November, $20 off all challenge packs. Greenberry Shaco is discontinued, and probably about 3 people in the U.S. will be sad about that.
when is that? I didn't even know that was a thing. Nobody even talked about it at leadership. Like, it's not even that important.
I don't like Greenberry. I think Angie on our team likes it. She's like the only person.
Stock up.
Oh, I just realized I was supposed to hide this is like a regular shirt on the top and my PJ pants that don't match on the bottom.
Are we hiding that? I'm totally wearing
it's fine. No, it's fine. Yeah, so get your Greenberry while you can. It's delicious. And then I posted this in the team page. Just guys, I always post these and I always mark them as announcements. Some things to look at every Saturday, 9 a.m. coffee and content. I'm trying to put together an Emerald and above call at 8:30 Eastern time on Saturdays. If that can work, please let me know. I really want to find a time for Emerald coaches for us to mastermind. So if that doesn't work, let's find something else. And then we're putting together a Diamond Mastermind Fridays, either at 7 a.m. or 1 p.m. Eastern time. We have to finalize that. One thing I am trying to do every Tuesday is a live tip from the coaches on our team. However, tomorrow, Jody, live. Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me mute everyone. Squirrel, hold on. Pivot. Okay. But if you take a look at these things, I'm really trying to get more engagement in our team page. So please take a look at the posts in there. Just check in. A lot of people are saying they're not getting notifications in our team page, and I don't know why or how to fix that. But so every Monday is the National Wake Up Call. I would love to have one person. I need one person to volunteer to share the National Wake Up Call live on Monday from the TBB TBB Coach 411 into the team page and say, hop on now. I personally can't do that because it flags me and it puts me in Facebook jail. So if one person can commit to that, Chelsea has committed to doing like a reminder post either Sunday or Monday. But if somebody wants to take that on each week to do that for me, I'm trying really hard to avoid Facebook jail. So you're not blacklisted like me, so I think it'd be totally fine for you. Facebook just hates me. So live tips from coaches on our team, except for, please take note, Jody is going to go live tomorrow in our team page about collections on Instagram, and Rachel was kind of talked to us about it at the leadership retreat. It's going to be a game changer for you. So either catch that live or plug that in. Focus on Peppermint Mocha Shakeology and 3-day refresh this month. And Wednesday, I'm doing a what's working and why. Go back through. Yesterday, I posted it, and we had a lot of people share some really awesome tips. Thursday, bat trackers. I don't think I posted that today, so I have to get better at that. But if you guys aren't using your business activity tracker, please start using it again, and also take a look at the business activity tracker app for Apple users. It's so easy on your phone.
You should all have it tonight because I told you.
Friday, coach question of the week. And then Saturday, coffee and content. So I think that's it. And then the next big call that we're going to have is Rachel's going to talk about, she's actually there. So check out her story. She's at Tony Robbins' event now, Unleash the Power Within. His events are absolutely incredible. Can't wait to hear from that. And then if you look at the call next week, we have a live power hour at 8:30, and then the week of Thanksgiving, no team call, obviously, but there's a live end of month push Tuesday, the 26th at 8:30. So just keep those in mind. And here comes Melissa. She's amazing. Here you go. I just spit everywhere. Anyone to be a coach?
Or a slobbery leader. Okay. I want to see people first.
Okay, sorry.
It's okay. You took everybody away. Okay, because I'm going to give just a quick recap. Can I see a show of hands of anyone who listened to episode 7 of Hot Mess Success? Jess has listened to it probably a dozen times already.
Wait, what's the title of that one?
Things I should know, right? Jess? Living your truth, the secret to confidence. And number 6, I also suggested is a good one to go with this if you haven't listened already, is what's in your cup. Because when we go through hard times, you guys need to know these things. You need to know what your truth is, what your why is, why you're doing this. Episode 8 talks about finding your fight. If you haven't, I don't want to go too much into this, but my podcast is not just me talking nonsense. It is, the first 12 episodes were very intentional. I only have 10 so far, to help people to lay the groundwork for all the work that I did in the beginning. So for the people who have a lot of stuff going on and things like that. So I just wanted to share that with you guys because I don't get a lot of chances to talk to you guys about the podcast, and how it came to be. And really how it came to be is by leaning in. So you will figure out what your gifts are in this business and what your, how you are adding value to others. And for me, that was live video. And a big reason why is because it just kind of happened on accident that I would go live. I listened to Melanie Mitro give her tips on, your live should be under 10 minutes and mine would be 30 or 40. But once I would get on, I would start talking about the real stuff, the real struggles, the things that people don't talk about. And giving it to your audience straight is so powerful. But not only that, is that I was able to use everything that I was going through almost as therapy for myself. And if you're going through hard times, that's priceless. So I want you guys to pull out your bat, and I want to talk to you guys about things that I have done since day one, regardless of what is happening in my life, regardless of what I am feeling, what I am currently struggling with, and what Facebook or election year or anything else is going on, things that are non-negotiable for me. So this business activity tracker should be part of your life forever, whether you're actively working the business or not. And it's because it is your daily lifeline, guys. So section 1 and section 4, those have to be non-negotiables, especially when you're struggling, because you need these tools. You need the release. You need the wins in the workout. You need to feel strong and powerful when you feel like the world is stacking against you. You need that. You need the community. You need your daily Shakeology so that you can keep going, because maybe you deal with issues in food, or maybe you don't eat or whatever, right? We need our Shakeology. If you don't do your Shakeology, your performance line, so you do the things, whatever it is, number 1 and number 4 need to happen no matter what. So your personal development, I need you to recognize the season that you're in. If you're in a hard, what kind of season of hard is this for you? What kind of personal development do you need? Because if you're struggling with seasonal depression, or if you're struggling with being physically limited or having pain, and you're listening to like 10X, not going to help you. You need to listen to something that's going to speak to you, like my podcast, like things like that speak truth, that give you tools, that give you guidance, that put the good things in, and that are relevant to the struggles that you're currently going through. Because what I need you to understand is you have to get through this regardless. But if you lean into these tools and lean into this business, it can not only help you, but it can help other people get through it as well. It's really weird when you're taking a story next to me of me on video. So number 4 is absolutely crucial. And if you're not able to do number 2 and number 3, and I'm going to get to that, then I need you to double up on number 4. If it's really truly that season where you just can't reach out, where you just can't do that, then I need you to spend that extra time, that 15 minutes of invites and that 15 minutes of follow-ups. That's 30 minutes right there. I need you to spend that extra time on you. I need you to spend that extra time on personal development, on implementing the personal development, on doing something. And then I need you to constantly be thinking, how can I leave a breadcrumb? How can I help someone who is 2 days behind me, who is a week behind me, who is a month behind me? How can I share how I'm getting through this? Because whether you think that you are running, walking, or army crawling, you're getting through it. Every day that you wake up, every day that you push through, you're getting through it. And I guarantee it, you are getting through it a little bit easier with these tools that other people don't have. And that's where we share, and that's where we show up. So I have not invited every day or even every month of my business, but I've hit Success Club for 48 months in a row because I show up, because I keep doing the things, and I show the world that I'm doing the things whether I'm broken or not. It may look different. It may not be pretty. I may be doing it for different reasons, but they can see me doing it. And you need to figure out what your strength is. So mine, for me, is I'm super consistent with my workouts. If you come to my page, if you go to my stories for the last 6 years, okay, 5 of me sharing, you're going to see that in one way, shape, or form. Nutrition is not that struggle for me. So even when I'm going through my hard, exercise is definitely there. Nutrition is still my struggle. For those who've known me, who've followed me for a while, I broke my neck. And so I couldn't exercise. I couldn't do the thing that I do to keep me sane, the thing that I show up. And I said to myself, okay, how can I be a health and fitness coach who can't work out? You can motivate people. You have no idea how many people are going to be willing to sweat for you when you show up and motivate them every day. When you offer value, when you're in a good place, you're always offering value. You're always the cheerleader, right? So the beautiful part about this is when you do start to fall down that mountain, there is so many people there to lift you up. And so not only does that happen, but you also need to talk about it. And this is a simple way to talk about the business and what it does for you without like talking about the business. Because everything that I've gone through, or everything that I've gotten through, I can totally accredit to coaching. I can totally accredit coaching to the way that I got through it, to how I got through it, to the fact that I owned it and walked through it with my head held somewhat high at all, is all from coaching. So those things without fail need to happen. And so I said 1 and 4, but honestly, yeah, go for it. There are parts of 2 that have to be non-negotiable too. For me, it is the social media post and the stories. I make it a non-negotiable for me to have 8 stories. And guys, when I have bad depression days, that's hard. That's hard. So sometimes I will like send messages to my tribe and be like, I just don't have it today. Can you tag me in some of your stories? And I share theirs, or I share a recipe, or I share a quote, or I find an old picture, or I do something. Or what I always do that usually accounts for like 4 or 5 stories is I talk about something when I make my mocktail. I recommend doing some kind of story every day where you use our products, but don't talk about our products. Just have a story, like just say something. But you know, people watch what you do when you struggle. People are watching to see if you fail, to see if you give up, to see if this is just something that you did when you were feeling good, right? But when people see that no matter what happens, no matter what shiny object is out there out in the world, no matter what new fad is coming around, you're still doing the same thing, still growing, still showing up, still getting through the hard stuff, and doing it with a smile on your face most of the time, like that's the trust. That's why when I am on my game and I send invites, I get the responses that I get. Guys, I have been super consistent since our retreat in Utah that I've been sending 100 invites a week consistently every week. At first it was 25 a day, and now it's just, if I haven't done it, like this week, it was 75 yesterday, 25 today. And that's great. And I love that. But that's the season of my life that I'm in right now. I was not in seasons where I was inviting 25 people a day. And honestly, the thing that scared me the most about it was having systems and organization. And I think Rachel's going to talk about that. Oh no, her biggest takeaways. But I've talked about that. I've shared that. Super simple. If we have time at the end, I'll go over it. But let me get back. Make sure I get everything in here. All right, I'm going to give a quick recap on episode 7, just a couple things that I want to touch on and for you to pay attention when you listen to it, because I'm not going to go over it all now when you can listen to it then. But giving my pain a purpose changed my life. It changed my life because I struggle with so many things, and being able to give those struggles a strength was huge. So if you listen to episode 7, I talk about I tell you to get out a piece of paper, draw a circle and write struggle on the front of that piece of paper, and you draw the lines around it like a sun, and you write all your struggles on there. These are the things you hate about yourself, anxiety, depression, anything that you struggle with, anything that you're wrestling with. Those are your struggles, right? You write it all on the front. On the back, same circle, you write in the word strengths. The goal in coaching is to turn everything on the front of that paper into something on the back. That's the big picture to me. That's what coaching is here, to take everything on the front of that paper and to be able to flip it to the back. Like, do you understand what a gift that is? Like, that's how we get through the hard stuff. Guys, the hard stuff is coming for you. It comes for us all. I tell my challengers this all the time. I hate it. I wish it wasn't. I know some of you are going through some really, really hard things right now. And nailed it. Winning. Totally lost my train of thought though on the but showing up and doing the things is how we get through them, because they happen anyways. You can't control what happens to you. You can only control how you react to it, how you take it on, how you move forward. Do you just go through it, or do you grow through it? Because these are the things that truly launch your business forward. Because when you get through that, not only do you have more confidence in what we do, in the products, in the business, but you also are like, you know what? This really helps. Like this has really changed my life. And you have more confidence inviting people to this opportunity, because you're not like, just come join my team. You're like, you want to Your mom's dealing with cancer? Cool, because my coaches got up and did a workout before they went to the hospital when her mom had a double mastectomy. That's how they deal with life. This is what we do, guys. Like, life is going to come for us all. It's hard, but having the tools to at least take care of yourself so that you can be there for other people. If it's their hard, if it's you, if that's the way that you're in your hard, whatever it is. I'm always asking myself, where's the positive here? Where's the lesson? Because it's always there. And the sooner I find it, the sooner I can share it, the sooner I can work through it. Because if I'm wallowing in my hard, that's not doing me, myself, or anyone else any good. Me and myself, the same person. But so instead of just wallowing the pain, instead of being the victim, I assess the situation and figure out how I can be the hero of my own life, how I can become the hero of my own story. Like, how can you do that? And it's going to look different for everybody. I can't come on here and give any specific examples because our heart all looks different. But I need you to show up and I need you to do the things, even if you can't reach out. But when you get through that season of hard and you have made it to the other side, I need you to reach out. And I need you to reach out like your life depends on it, like your life was just changed by it. So recognize the season. Is it the season where you can get up and master your morning? Can you get up at 5 and do the things before you crash hard at 1 and then you can't, and then you beat yourself up about it? Like, do you need to change the time of day that you do the things in the season? Or is it the season that you're not sleeping and it's like, you know what? If I get a good day, I send out 15 invites. Great, done. You may not get another good day for 6 days. Also, I like to plan my programs around what I'm going through sometimes and what's coming up. So like, I'm looking at the holidays coming up. And I feel like the holidays are hard and different for everybody in different ways. But for me, it's straight like isolation and rejection because I grew up in a whole different world of holidays than everyone else, not celebrating them. And so I double up on my PD. I get my light box out. I use my tools and then I share my tools. So do you use essential oils? Do you need to talk to a therapist? Do you need to get on medication? Like, is it that kind of a hard time? Are you trying to tough it out? Because it takes more courage to accept help, to ask for help, to take help than it does to keep drowning. So don't always think that you need to be so strong. Sharing my vulnerabilities and sharing my struggles, I am certain that that is the Success Club 48 months. That right there. It's not because I show up perfect, because I don't. It's not because I do all of the things all the time, because I don't. It's because I struggle and I don't hide that when I'm struggling. It looks different. I do I notice that I pull back during those times where I'm really struggling. And that's not the time where I'm going to reach out. But there are things that you can do. You can do connections. You can do followers. You can do your stories. And it's not good to isolate yourself for too long. If you notice yourself pulling back for too long, reach out to someone. You have all of this community. You have all of this support. So, that's what a success partner and accountability partner in my mind is not really for when you're doing all the things right on your own. It's for when you're struggling and you're not doing the things. That's when you need to reach out to that buddy and be like, yo, buddy, like, I'm sinking, right? It's not always like, oh, I hit Success Club, blah, blah, blah. Cool, girl, like you do you, right? That's great. While that's great, it's more about I need a little belief right now, or I need to know that I can do the things, or I need to know that I'm not alone, or please send a reminder to me, or whatever, or make sure you see my list, or accountability, you know, whatever it is, you need to make sure that you have someone who is going to give you that gut check. You may need to reassess your why in a hard time. It's probably not going to be the same, because if you're really struggling to like get out of bed every day, like a lake house is not going to do it for you. Like, it's just not. I'd be like, screw a lake house, like burn it to the ground. I don't care. And that's honestly something that I would say. So you need to reassess your why in the season. Look at what's coming up. Look at what kind of program you need to do. Do you need to do a cleanse? I did a cleanse after the accident when I couldn't get out of my own head, because we all build up that, guys. I had all those meds and all those x-rays and all those CATs, all that stuff in my system. And it was messing with me. It didn't matter how much personal development I did, how much light box I did. When my tools weren't working, I knew something was wrong. And I did a 3-day cleanse, and day 4, it was like mental clarity, like, whoa. And I share that all the time, because maybe you're in a brain fog. Maybe you need a cleanse. Maybe you need an ultimate reset. You know, are you doing the things? Are you treating your body like a well-oiled machine, or are you treating it like a piece of crap and wondering why it's feeling like one? I know we're health and fitness coaches, but are you doing 1 and 4 every day without fail? Are you showing the world that you're doing it?
Speaking of that, while she's finding her place, has anybody not done the 3-day refresh or the ultimate reset? Because I'd love for us all to kind of focus on doing one of those in the next 30 days.
Mark and I are doing one in a week and a half.
So add that to your agenda and pick one. One's 3 days, one's 21 days.
I think I want to do a 21-day in the beginning of the year if anybody wants to do it with me.
I really do, but I can't.
I loved the reset. Like, and I'm so not nutrition either. And so here's another thing is I use our products every day, and they help me do the things. And I give them credit to help me do the things, because when I have really, really bad days and I don't want to get up and make myself food, that shake is life. And when on really bad days, I don't want to do the things and I have that mom juice, that is life. And the hydrate that helps me halfway through the day. Like, so I'm always using the things. And even now, like, I want to kick myself in the foot, because I can't tell how many people I have sent links to my turmeric that I bought on Amazon. Do you know we have turmeric and aloe vera pills? They're part of the Ultimate Reset. You can send them turmeric and aloe vera pills. They are amazing. And I felt amazing when I was taking them. And I love turmeric, and I take it all the time for my back. So anyways, just random things. But what are the things that you struggle with? And not only that, but when you're struggling with these things, what are the tools that you use? And I'm not talking even section 1 and 4. I'm talking, what are the tools and the things in your life that you use to get through the things that you struggle with on that piece of paper? Because that's the kind of things that I also want you to be sharing. It can't be all this business. And especially in a hard time, you can focus on that. So if it's prayer for you, if it's a certain medicine, if it's, you know, certain exercises you're doing, it's essential oils, if it's affirmations, therapy, right? Like whatever it is, I need you to be sharing it. If that's all the value that you can offer, that is one way that you can add value at all times, is share how you're getting through the stuff. I wasn't paying any attention to the chat because I'm awful and squirrel. Are there any questions? Do you guys have any questions?
I think one thing that Melissa's been really great at too is that it's really easy to be like, I'm busy, life is hard, this business comes last. But she's, you know, from that point where she talks about how Super Saturday like changed her business, from that point, she's always treated it like a business. Like you wouldn't just be like, I'm not going to go into work tomorrow because I had a really hard day. Like, I mean, maybe someday, but you can't just consistently do that for a week. because things are hard and you're struggling. And she has always treated her business that way. And that's like one of the biggest reasons for her consistency and success, is that she just knew sometimes the hardest part of this business is you can start a business for $140. Is a really great thing, but that's also a really hard thing because it was only $140. So if you don't treat it like this, picture it as the $100,000 business that you invested in, it's really easy to just be like, I'll do it tomorrow. And then tomorrow becomes next week. And then you have gone 2 weeks without inviting, and that's you not clocking into work. And Melissa's just not ever done that. She's treated it like a business since she decided to go all in.
I heard very early on, I heard somebody say like your social media is your storefront, and it's always open. And that's kind of how I look at it. So like, even if I'm not currently inviting, even if I'm not showing up every day and inviting, my storefront is always open. I'm always showing up. I'm always showing up on my storefront so that people know that I'm always there, because that's something that I say. I tell them, I'm going to be here tomorrow, 6 years from now. Like, I'm going to be old and gray, like still doing my burpees and whatever I'm doing. And I don't have to be your coach to be in your corner. I want them to know that I'm always going to be there, so that I always have to be there. You can't tell people that you're going to help them through the hard things and then give up when you have your own hard things. And I think that that's sometimes where we start to doubt ourselves, where we struggle in the hard, and then we say like, oh, how can I show up? I'm not perfect. How can I show up? I don't have my shit together. Sorry, there's just no other way to say that. But you don't have to have it all together to help people. I also need you to recognize and understand this. And it took me a really, really long time to get this. And maybe it's relevant to this and maybe it's not, but you need to understand that everything that is broken inside of you, you broke. You broke it. Everything that is broken, I know bad things have happened, and bad things happen to us all. And so I'm not talking about like some serious trauma. Okay. That I'm not talking about that, but if there are things in you that you just can't get over, or there are things that you struggle, the only person who has either broke them or labeled them as broken is you. And the only person who can make you whole again is also you. And you do that by you take those broken pieces and you glue them together, and you are stronger than ever. Like the people, you ever notice that? Like the people who are the strongest people that you know are the people who have been through all the stuff. It's because they have no other choice. They just get through it, right? Strength isn't something, bravery isn't something that we do, guys. You just put one foot in front of the other and just do the things. That is what brave is. And you're all brave, or you wouldn't even be doing this business. You wouldn't volunteer to put your life out there like you do. Give yourself credit for all the things that you're doing and take all of the wins. There was a time in my life where I had to literally write down every good message somebody sent me, put it on a Post-it, and put it on my fridge. I had someone really close to me in my life tear me down. Tear me down. After 11 months of seeking treatment and getting injections in my back, this person told me that I was faking it all so I could sue somebody for money. If you know me, you know that crushed me. Like literally crushed me. And I had to keep going. I had to show up for other people. And that wasn't something that I could share because it's my sister. I don't want to share that. I want to put that out there. And so it was really hard. The other sister, it wasn't my guy. For people just joining us, we do have another one.
I have a heart.
But
she doesn't watch anything we do on social media.
No, this is also the person who told me that I wasn't an alcoholic, and then 2 years later told me she wouldn't hang out with me if I was drinking.
That's a whole episode. We'll get
right. You can't do anything on your life based off of what anybody else tells you, because you know what I realized after she attacked me is that she still saw me as a victim. She told me that I was the girl who cried wolf. And so she never realized that since everything was always bad, she didn't know when anything was actually bad. Well, I'm sorry, life decided to crap on me. I didn't appreciate it either. But I was not being the victim anymore. She still saw me as that. And what you need to realize, if you have that in any area of your life, is that they may not see you as you see you now. They still have this blurred vision or version of you that you used to be. And you need to know who you are, and that's not them, not you. I'm getting way off. It's really late. I don't know if I know a bunch of that.
I just say lots of things in the chat, like I needed this. A lot of people can relate. So I hope this message was something that you guys can take with you and know that like we all have hard stuff, every single one of us. And I don't want to like sound like not empathetic, because I know some of you are really going through hard things, but we all are. And sometimes you just need to stop, look at yourself and say, okay, this is, everybody else is, so I need to figure out what I'm doing and just do the things and go and keep moving. Because sitting here saying my life is so hard, this is what's happening, I'm struggling because of this, I can't do it because of this, I could never be a leader because of this. So many of the top coaches have absolutely incredible stories of so much hardship they were going through, and they did the things despite of it. So one other thing, I have two things I wanted to share. If anybody has any questions for Melissa, post in the chat. I'd love to, this message was helpful for you, feel free to tell her in the chat now.
I have to copy that. I can't scroll anything, so you can copy that for me. The whole chat.
Oh, okay. I saw this on Instagram today, and I just thought, for so many of us that are so hard, it said on ourselves, it says, do you ever think God gets sad? Like, what do you mean you don't love yourself? I work so hard on you. And I thought that was just a really cool, like, kind of perspective, is like, you are seriously, you're a child of God. Like, you were put together and he makes no mistakes. Perfect. So, for you to be so hard on yourself when literally our creator, the only judgment that matters, thinks that you're, exactly as you should be. I just love like that perspective. The other thing I wanted to quickly touch on, because I feel like this post got lost, is that I'm doing a $25 Amazon gift card giveaway for anyone that either purchases Peppermint Mocha Shakeology and or the 3-day refresh complete kit with 50 PD. Let's see. So we could do a team-wide post-Thanksgiving 3-day refresh December 2nd through 4th. It's a Monday through Wednesday. So if anybody's thinking about doing one, that would be a perfect time for us all to do together. I have all the resources to put together like a 3-day refresh group that we could all add our challengers into and do that as well. But also, I think it was Heather that said that I think January would be a perfect time to also do a team-wide ultimate reset. The cool thing about ultimate reset is there's a lot of food. 3-day refresh, it's a detox, it's a low-calorie diet. But ultimate reset is a lot of food. It's also a lot of prep. So you do have to like be willing to put in the work. But honestly, one of my favorite things I've ever done, I've done it 2 or 3 times. I don't even remember. I think I did it twice. And it's been absolutely incredible. I sleep better. I have less brain fog. I feel better. I have more energy. I actually crave good foods after. So if you've never done it, honestly, I think it's like the perfect thing to encourage other people to do it with you. It's a great volume point. That's going to help you with your cycles. It's going to be great commission to get people to do it with you. Yes, it's an investment, but you get to talk about it. And honestly, when I go through the ultimate reset, I had so many people like, what are you doing? I want to do this. And it's a great way to just kind of boost your sales. I think I saw Aline said, how long did it take for you to go all in?
Yeah. So the decision to go all in happened at a live event. I heard a story. I don't even remember the story because honestly, it didn't matter what the story was on stage. The story was what sparked inside of me. But I heard a story, the coach success story, a woman who came from a broken place and was standing on this stage, happy, successful, and at a place where she never thought she could be. And I could hear it in her voice. And I wanted that. I wanted to be that. At this time, I was sitting in those seats. I was still an active alcoholic. And the next event is my sobriety date. Like the next Super Saturday after that is my sobriety date because I couldn't leave that event. I couldn't leave there very well knowing that that monster was inside of me when I was trying to be better. Like those live events are truly life-changing because you will hear a story and it doesn't even have to be the same heart as you, but hearing someone come from the heart and seeing and hearing their broken pieces that they made whole again, that's the power. And that's why it's so powerful that you share your story, because people aren't going to these live events. They don't have the cats at home. They don't have whatever it was that got you started or that keeps you going. So they need to see it from you, because if you're going through something, if you're going through a divorce or a loss or anything hard in your life or cancer, so is someone else. And they don't have this community or the tools, and you do. So when you're going through it, you have all of this. Don't be selfish, and at least let people know it's out there. Let people know the tools. Let people know how they can get through it, and that they can take their broken pieces and make them whole again. And how you do that is share your story. People need to see your before in all areas of life before they can picture their after. That's why it's so important that we do the work, that we work through it so we can show them the before always in every situation.
I love that. I'm going to